of data centers, and in general you are seeing that the data is kind of exploding all across the country through various applications. The other thing which is very important for any industry and any player in the industry to do well is the industry structure or the market structure. You're all aware that we were in a situation where we had 10 or more than 10 private players at one time. The Indian industry was very competitive at that time. But the challenge was that with so many players, they were sharing a part of a pie where no other country in the world had so many players. Since the last 5 or 6 years, we have consolidated to 3 players, and we right now have 3 private players, of course. We also have BSNL as the government player. And so I would say this is the right market structure for the industry to leverage the opportunity and move forward. We have seen that while this consolidation was in the works from FY16 to FY19, the industry saw a shrinking of revenue, of the industry revenue, by around 18%. But from FY19 to FY23, we have seen a rebound. The growth of the industry has come to a CAGR of 13%, which is a very positive sign. And so all the points that I mentioned earlier, growing population, need for penetration, growing digitalization, all these augur well for the growth of the Indian telecom industry. The strategy for some time, we were not able to execute the strategy because of lack of funding. In the interim, when we were not able to invest as we would have wanted to, our focus was to ensure that we provide the best services to our customers wherever we have a coverage of network. While we had kind of given up on the ambition of expanding the network, particularly the 4G coverage at a time, but we continue to invest, and you would see here that we have been able to provide a very good 4G service wherever we have been operating. Focus network investments to drive coverage and capacity expansion. Here our investment will be focused on our 17 priority circuits. The second pillar is ARPU improvement and customer retention. And there I would like to give you some data points. First is that the ARPU has increased by a CAGR of over 13% over the last 2 years. And we have seen also an ARPU growth for Vodafone Idea for 10 successive quarters, every quarter on quarter. To FPO transformation, and I'll talk about this in the following slides. And the fourth pillar is focus on strategic collaboration to leverage digital opportunities. And again, this we'll talk about more on small cell deployment in large metros and cities, because that makes a lot of sense there. So this is all investment hypothesis. To understand, and this is very critical, is that while we have not yet invested in a 5G network, we have a network today which is built on 5G ready architecture. And if I were to give you some of the highlights here, in the radio side, 90% of our TDD radios are 5G ready. All new basebands which we have procured over the last 3 years are 5G capable. We have completed the 5G MRO obligation in 4 circles. And in our testing of 5G, wherever we have done, we have achieved speeds of 9.8 Gbps. So the testing has been done, and we just need to start deploying based on the tests that we have already done. In terms, we have a pan-India 5G NSA capable core network. And NSA, as you may know, is a non-standalone. 5G has 2 kinds of rollouts, non-standalone and standalone. Our network is today, the core is capable of doing a 5G NSA rollout across the country. 1% of our optical endpoints are 5G ready. And we have also done IP intensification in our major cities, which again is a requirement for 5G. In trust, as I mentioned, this brings the strength of 2 erstwhile brands, Vodafone and Idea. And I'm sure all of you remember the Puck, the Zuzus, the What an Idea Sergi, and the Honey Bunny tune. And I do believe that we have a strong brand and a very strong brand royalty, which will further help us to grow as we get back to investment. Our loan suite has also evoked a very positive response from all the consumers and the larger audience. And we will continue on this very successful journey of creating a strong brand and generating brand loyalty. Subscribers are still 2G subscribers. This is a bit of a reason why our ARPU is lower compared to competition But this also provides us a big opportunity of improving the ARPUs by upgrading these subscribers. And as has been shown on the right side, today if you see the ARPU improvement when a subscriber moves from the non-ULD or the non-unlimited data category to the unlimited data category, the ARPU improvement is 3 times. So that is a strong opportunity. And besides this, we also have opportunity to drive the ARPU by way of additional content being sold, additional agencies, which is becoming a big market as telecom becomes the largest vehicle of digital distribution across the country. 50% of our service requests, whether it is a complaint or a query or an inquiry, they are all raised digitally and addressed digitally. We have also introduced an intuitive dynamic IVR, whereby based on your last transactions and events, rather than giving you a large menu choice, it will take you the 2 or 3 preferred menus where you have been transacting with us. And of course, if you want to select another menu option, that can be there, but to make the journey simpler, a lot of effort has been put in this direction.